Like, give me the AI robot.
I don't want a robot walking around my house.
Go.
I have this thing in my pocket. You got the phone.
That's your pocket
Or you
robot.
have, if you have a question, you don't have to be yelling and screaming at it. You can just ask and maybe, it has other sensors around.
So many uses for the robot.
The Woody Show.
And we are into another new hour with you. I'm Woody. That's Craig Gorey.
Yeah, hi, Wood.
Menace is right now.
What is up, Woody?
We got Gina Grad.
Hello.
Seabass is here. We got Morgan.
Morning.
Sammy's here. Phones are open. 877-44-WOODY. You can send us a text over to 22987. Got some news headlines coming up for you this hour. Saw an interesting stat. New poll says that 33% of people already trust Chat-GPT more than experts in at least one field or area of expertise.
Wow. I feel like everybody's using Chat-GPT except for me.
Oh, really? I'm using it a lot.
Yeah, I'm not using AI as much as I thought I would. I mean, I'm making sure that I learn a lot about it, but just in my daily life, not really using it a lot.
I Google almost nothing. Anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I go to ChatGPT as my go-to, and then what I like about it is that it gives you an answer. You just put in your question, and then it gives you the answer. And if you have any follow-ups on that, like, okay, well, explain
why
whatever this part is. They go, oh, great. And hey, do you have any links for that? Hey, do you have a photo for that I could see or an example?
Yeah.
It's just like having a conversation with somebody who knows everything, as opposed to Google search. Looking through the results that are based on however many people. I know they have that little AI thing at the top.
Yeah, they have
still not nearly as good.
A little rundown of what you're looking for.
Yeah, still not nearly as good as ChatGPT. Like I think the experience personally. I know everybody's got Android or iPhone or whatever, PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah,
they have a preference. My preference just happens to be ChatGPT. I just like the interface better.
Okay,
I'm kind of waiting for the full audio version of AI where I'm just speaking to it.
Well, like Seabass's girlfriend?
That's what I want, yeah.
I think you can do that.
You can talk to ChatGPT already.
Yeah, but I want it like super quick, we're just having a conversation, basically.
Most trusted when it comes to things like career advice and product recommendations. Least trusted when it comes to medical and legal advice.
Good to know.
Well, it's just like anything else with that stuff. You can get, like my mom is going through all her stuff with her hip issue and the nerve stuff. And so I introduced her to ChatGPT because she got these reports from whatever test she had done, and she got the document of the report, but she wasn't having a follow-up with her doctor for like a couple of weeks. And so you have this information, but you can't decipher what's what. And I said, just upload the PDF or go through it because my mom's kind of private, I said, get the PDF, edit out any kind of personal information so it's just the medical stuff. And then upload that to ChatGPT.
So smart.
And say, explain this to me as if I'm a 15-year-old kid.
Yes.
And it'll explain.
Great idea.
And she loves it.
That's,
nice.
Dude, I've done that so many times with my homework. Like, re-explain this to me like I'm not a professor here.
Right.
It's great.
And so I said, look, what's great, Mom, is that you can, like, if you see it's the whatever, arterial, whatever, medical crap, can you please explain what that is? Can you show me on a diagram of a person, like where that is and what function it serves?
That's so great. That's such a good idea.
Great.
I don't know about the medical stuff, but Gina, with the homework stuff, do you have to cross-check to make sure that it's summarizing it correctly?
Well, and that's the other thing, because the teachers are always like, don't get caught up in this ChatGPT stuff. You're not always going to get the right answer. Like Wikipedia, that kind of thing. Like, don't get crazy. So, hedge your bets.
Yeah, so I mean, I've seen also when it comes to that kind of thing, you can find some information, take your raw data that you have found that is verified true information, list it in there as bullet points, and say, can you put this in the kind of a paragraph or a report?
Look at that.
That's a great idea.
Using just these facts and put them in an order, a sequential order that makes. And it's great.
You're making this thing work for you.
Yeah, I'm really, I don't know, I'm fascinated by the whole thing because I found it very interesting for even the pilot ground school stuff that I'm doing.
Totally.
Yeah,
because I'll see something and I'll understand what the answer is, but I want to know why something is.
It definitely helps you learn.
It helps. It just helps kind of break it down when this thing only goes to a certain depth or whatever. You can go that next level down a little bit more granular. I think it's cool. 16% trust ChatGPT more than Google. 41% said they trust it less. Half said they lean on it as a learning tool. 33% use it for financial stuff. 30% ask for product recommendations. I did that recently. I just found a hotel.
Oh, with ChatGPT?
I would never have thought to do that.
No.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I got to go to a meeting. This meeting I had to go to yesterday. I said, I got to go to this meeting at this place. Can you give me like a hotel within walking distance that's at least 3.5 to 4 stars?
Nice.
You know, and it goes boom, 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 and it gives you the links to them. You can check them out. Yeah, it was great.
So is it totally unbiased then? Because if you did that on Google, it might, you can pay
it just
people that paid to be
exactly.
right there.
It'll show you sources. So like whatever ChatGPT is pulling from, it'll show you, and it just basically looks for any kind of like not correlation. What's the consensus?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Like
pretty cool.
TripAdvisor and all that stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. And I know there's other ones out there.
DeepSeek, all kinds of crap.
Perplexity.
Now, do you pay for it or do you use the free version?
I used the free version for a while, but then I was asking it some stuff, and it said, "Hey, you get X number of these
on the premium
per whatever." Right. And yeah, but I said now I'm paying for it.
But it's worth it, you would say?
Yeah, because I use it all the time.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I use it all the time. I thought it was. There's even an AI now. It's called InTouch. And it's designed to help people who may not have the time or inclination to call their parents on a regular basis, like if your parents are elderly. And so it places AI-generated voice calls to your parents, engaging them in conversations about their day, their hobbies, and their feelings. So you could take it to a really crazy extreme.
That's very Black Mirror.
That's what I need, dog. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Here's my daily use.
Yeah.
Because you can put your own voice into it, obviously, and then it'll just have a conversation.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about, remember that clip that Seabass had for us in the Week in Audio, that AI lawyer? The guy in New York, he tried to have the AI lawyer make his case for him.
Having nothing of it.
Yeah, and the judge wasn't having it. Remember that?
The appellant has submitted a video. We will hear that video now.
May it please the court. I come here today a humble pro se before a panel of 5 distinguished justices.
Is this, hold on. Is that counsel for the case?
I generated that. That is not a real person.
You did not tell me that, sir, and you have appeared before this court and been able to testify verbally. You are not going to use this courtroom as a launch for your business. So if you are able to shut that off,
I apologize.
you have 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Shut that off.
What I really want is the robot. Like, give me the AI robot.
I don't want a robot walking around my house. I have this thing in my pocket. You got the phone.
That's your pocket
Or you
robot.
have like one of the Alexa devices. And, if you have a question, you don't have to be yelling and screaming at it. You can just ask, and maybe, it has other sensors around.
So many uses for the robot.
I just want something to clean my house.
At one point, Menace, and Gina, you weren't working here yet. Menace told us he wanted one of those recliner chairs that helps you stand up.
Yeah, but that was cool.
Like Art Linkletter? Like
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't need that.
And somebody offered one for me, but I just didn't have the space for it at the time.
Yeah. And here you go, Menace.
Have one.
Still my dream.
Yeah. The AI now is making better memes than humans. So if you're looking to do memes on something that happened on the show and you want to post it on social media, you can just pop it in the AI and it'll punch something out.
I'd like to see it because I tried it with like comedy, like make jokes, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Not there yet.
Yeah, but so check this out. I put into Chat-GPT once I did the pay version or whatever. I said, here, take this picture. And our Woody Show cast picture that they took that they use now for all the sales presentation stuff. I uploaded that into the Chat-GPT and I said, make this into a Garbage Pail Kid
version
artwork or whatever. And this is what it came back with. How cool is that?
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Wow.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is so
That's really well done.
Yeah, I had 2 different versions. It did that one.
Gave us such bug eyes.
And then it did this one, which looks even more like, just
Oh,
typical.
wow.
Oh, that's more cutesy.
Isn't that cool?
Oh,
that's amazing.
So many artists going out of business.
Well, that's the thing. What does the world need us for now?
And this took, for it to generate, it took, I would say, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes, 90 seconds to 2 minutes. And it just dropped this, and I have
insanity.
I have it as a high resolution.
Soon it'll be 2 seconds.
Easy.
I think the number one thing I'd be afraid of is if I was a graphic artist, because couldn't you just say, hey, I have a company called Greg's Gardening.
You can. There's apps
Make
that do
me
that.
a logo.
Oh, there are logo apps.
Yeah.
I messed with it at
done
one
that.
point because I'm like, hey, maybe we'll change up the Woody Show logo, which we've never done.
Yeah.
It's been the same logo forever.
Right.
And I was just messing around with it. It wasn't great, but some of the stuff it came up with, I mean, was really cool.
Good ideas in there.
I saw some other logos that it came up with. You can do exactly that. I want it to be
pretty awesome,
kind of edgy, surfside, whatever for my new crab and seafood, counter service, blah blah blah, and it's called Greg's. And next thing you know, it comes up with this nautical looking.
Wow.
And it gives you like 7 different versions. And the article I just saw recently was about how, dude, if you are a graphic artist, you're done.
Well, and you're double screwed because not only do we not need you anymore, but AI is using your work to generate its work. Like it's aggregating
source
all
material.
Of, right. Yeah. It's aggregating all that stuff and being like, how about this version?
Right. Now, it still takes, and it'll get better and it'll get easier over time. It still takes knowing how to prompt it.
Yeah,
so to get like a really good looking logo, and this is just off as something pretty crude as far as the amount of description I gave, but this came out pretty good. Can you imagine if I really knew what I was doing with the prompting of the AI thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's what's happening with video. You're just talking about just graphics. Like the people that know how to prompt text to video and lay all that stuff out, it's insane
like deep
what they're
fake?
doing. Oh, yeah. Well, just creating an entire world or an entire movie just because they know how to prompt the system.
Yeah, so that's going to be the job. And then you can maybe take it and you can go from there. You at least get the template or the beginnings of it.
Something that took 10 people now just takes one.
Yeah, and then you can perfect it and you can add little things to it. Like
pretty
amazing. I saw a really cool video where somebody took somebody else's piece of art. Greg, maybe we can use
like
this
an
for
existing piece of art.
Yeah, and they changed it into something completely different. It was like this picture of this old house, and then they turned it into a haunted house scene.
Oh wow!
With all these like skeletons and all that kind. But it looked really cool. It looked like Thomas Kincaid maybe had done it.
Can we do that with one of Greg's paintings?
That's what I said. Like, that'd be really.
Like take one of my and make it an actual piece of art.
Yeah, put some happy trees in there or something.
Yeah, right.
So you're telling me you have no use for a robot?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I don't need a robot like going around the house.
I want like a robotic helmet that gives you a haircut. You put it on.
Oh yeah, you talked about
and
that.
It memorizes the perfect haircut.
Yeah, but you can have a robot that can just do that for you.
Greg is obsessed with the haircut.
Yeah,
I know.
He's talked about maybe like getting a haircut so it locks into place. You take a pill,
and then
or something
stops.
All hypotheticals
stops.
lead back to your haircut.
Haircut robot.
Also, ChatGPT can now generate fake and very convincing receipts, which they say is bad news for businesses and for employers because people are fudging their receipts.
Yeah.
Recently updated with these better text-in-image capabilities, so people are using it to create and manipulate all kinds of receipts, which of course they can turn in with their expenses.
Damn.
OpenAI says AI-generated images have hidden metadata that IDs them as fake. However, when asked why ChatGPT allows the creation of fake receipts despite the fraud policies, they said they aim to provide creative freedom.
Oh yeah.
And suggested that AI-generated receipts might have legitimate uses.
Like what?
Like financial education or marketing.
Sure, that's a stretch.
Like hemp. Well, we can make rope.
Yeah.
See? The Walmart people are going to go out
What
of
about
business.
cataracts?
Those guys that check your receipts.
Yeah.
We were talking about AI and things earlier, and Menace said, man, all I want is the robot.
Yes, I would love the robot. I think I could use it a lot. Just around the house and then here at work.
Like around the house, again, for what?
So, for example, there's a lot of like a rock setup kind of by my front yard, right? And when I had some construction done on my house, all the rocks got like moved everywhere, and it doesn't look as good as when it was first laid out. And I don't have to, shovel all that when I have my robot.
Oh, to shovel rocks?
Yeah, they can shovel the rocks and make them look good and
That would
pristine.
have to be a strong-ass robot.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here's your daily mention of Japan. A Japanese company has created a concept for a robotic horse powered by a hydrogen engine and equipped with AI.
I saw this.
Which is a long way off, but in the future, you could be riding a robotic horse. And my question is, why?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
like
terrain.
Riding horses is a way to get around. Like they do this like, we have a high-speed train. Trains? Horses?
What year is this?
We could
motorcycles already.
Let's fly.
Yeah. Well,
let's transport. Let's like where you can whatever, just transport yourself like they do in the science
yeah,
fiction
like in
stuff.
the holodeck.
Well, the company behind this is Yamaha, and I don't know if you saw the visuals for this thing.
Yamaha.
No, it's badass because like, I mean, what other vehicle that you could use that would be able to go through the terrain that they're showing?
What you're talking about, Menace, is Woody will never be in areas that are terrain.
Right. What need would arise.
So when I get over this mountain, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly over it. I'm going to get something called a helicopter or a plane.
But it's like running through the forest. It's insane.
Again, things he'll never do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not for you.
You bring up a good point, Seabass, but I just don't know why people, why would you travel by horse or train? There's just so many better options.
It basically looks like a motorcycle.
But within the terrain that they're showing, there wouldn't be a better vehicle than this.
Yeah. Then just don't go there.
Easy.
It's like Meta says, with words, like, why did you say this?
Well, you can't just say, like, hey, not for me. I'm not going to be running around in the forest, but that's pretty cool.
So instead of climbing Everest, you could just ride this thing up it.
Yeah.
What have you thought about the paraplegic?
Right.
The paraplegics.
Yeah, why do you hate paraplegics?
Well, hopefully by
so
that time they wouldn't even need something like that. Like hopefully
a
brain chip or like
well, that's not going to be in 2 years.
Cell editing and stuff like that. Well, this things project won't be out for like
you'll just be able to download your personality and all your memories and all your thoughts and everything into the robot. You'll be a robot.
Well, that's what the TV show Upload's all about.
Yeah, that's right.
Or you could just think you were already on that terrain.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
877-44-Woody. You can text us over to 22987. We'll be right back.